Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome. Thank you so very much for joining me. Today I am going through the Happy Mail that I got from Nancy. Actually, we don't call this Happy Mail, right? Because she didn't mail it to me. She gave this to me when I was on my trip and we met in Kansas City. So she brought me this packed full, perfectly packed folder. Then I brought her a couple of messy things and we traded. It worked out pretty good space-wise for me and my carry-on. I think I might have sucked Nancy into this junk journaling world, which I'm pretty proud of. At first, she purchased one for me and now she's making them. But the cool thing is she makes the neatest little collages and layers and uses bits and bobs. And I have little things around my desk that were from Nancy. And you can see there's sheet music and it's stitched. It's really great. So let's go through here and look at what she put in here for me to use. So we've got a dictionary page. And she wrote me some notes and told me when I saw her, she said it's a hodgepodge of fun, crafty stuff and also local stuff. Some of this is from the county in Iowa where her grandpa was from. That's what this map is. And you can see I used a tiny bit of this map when I was on a trip. I just love it. This would be a cool page in a journal, wouldn't it? I left the heat on this morning. You guys will have to tell me if there's an annoying noise in the background. It's really early, so my voice is probably gravelly too. You may have seen one of these in my journal already. She has bits of fabric and she stamped on them. And if memory serves me properly, she uses archivals to stamp on them. And if I'm wrong on that, she can chime in and tell us. But I just can't believe how amazing they turn out. And they're just fun in journals. So she's got a bunch of these. I have peeked a little bit. Like we were at lunch and we went through some of this, but I definitely haven't seen everything. And then look at these. It's pattern paper and she stamped a bunch. These will be fabulous for my nature journals. And that's part of why I'm making this video is I want to get into using this stuff and taking it apart. So, I wanted to give you the chance to see. Look at this. It's like a kitty cat iron-on. Really fun. Extended beach exposure may result in difficulty returning to reality. Oh my gosh, I've got to put that in one of the beach journals. Past the sunscreen, love it. So these are all summer things. I'm not going to read them all to you. This is brilliant, you guys. She teaches, I think she said kindergarten, and they do projects, and then, sometimes they don't want to take them with them. And she die cuts. She uses all kinds of things. And look at the color of these, the variety of color. And if you wanted to tone them down, maybe they didn't quite match what you were working with, you could put a layer of vellum over them. You could ink the edges natural to try and tie them into something else. Those are precious. I'm going to put those in a die cut embellishment box. And a fun envelope. Then we have a whole bunch of these stamped. We both like the sentiment stamps, so I took a couple that I had stamped out to her, and she did some for me. All life is like a stroll upon the beach, as near to the ocean's edge as I can go. Oh my gosh, that one's Thoreau, and I haven't heard that. I'm going to put some of those in the beach journals, and then, some I just need in my life. Nancy is like the queen of using the cards, and she has sent me things made with playing cards. Oh, let me show you another. This is another little Nancy thing where it's all like layered up and she has all sorts of goodness in here. She sent this to me before. It's like a little file folder just full of fun embellishments and layers. And her tiny collages, I think, are just awesome. She looks at different, oops, I caught the joy. Caught the joy. She looks at different cards and finds the gorgeous ones and then uses them in projects. So you can see, here's some great examples. She's taken these two and zigzagged paper on it, and then she has stamped observations on it. You can tuck these into journal cards. These would be gorgeous in nature journals, right? It's like she's doing the work for me. I'm going to put those in that pile. And then, wait a minute, some of them are different. Oh, remember, and then not stitched. Just super fun, right? And she's showing you different ideas. Oh, look at the beachy one. We got to put that in the beachy pile. She's showing you different ideas on how to use them. And then, oh my gosh, I don't remember seeing these before, Nancy. Where flowers bloom, so does hope. These are gorgeous playing cards. You know, some cards, I assume they're playing cards. No, there's something different. Maybe they're like educational flashcards for gardeners. But these are cool. Oh my gosh, doesn't she find the best stuff? And I'll tell you a little bit as we go through about how she finds some of this stuff. Look at this, the old school paper, and then she stamped on it and then layered it on beach cards. Oh my gosh, too cute. And this is, you know that annoying wire that a bunch of us have? I know I donated some. She took it and wrote out joy and then zigzagged it down onto the envelope. So, I mean, that wire was really trendy for a while. You might have some in your stash. You could get it out and write words. Look at this. Oh my gosh, it's an adorable postcard with the fish. Oh, love it. You probably already saw one of these on my travel journal because I snatched one up and used one of the teal ones already. Then little butterflies, and they're really decorative. I haven't seen these before. So you could use the wood side if you wanted, or you could use this side that's got some sheen and a nice pattern. Oh, they also have a place to use them as charms. They're not just glue them on, they can be charms. Oh my gosh, look at that one. Those are amazing. Okay, daily cash spot soybean meal prices. Hey, you never know. The thing that's really cool about these is just the tiny, tiny fonts. Sometimes all you need is a layer, it doesn't matter which language it's in, and you just want tiny fonts. These would also make pretty cute journal pages. You could fold them in half this way. Total open future contracts in grain and soybeans. These are great. 1964. Fun stuff. Oh, some enamel pieces. These are nice for layering and they add some interest and some shine. They're gorgeous too. Some of these yellow over time, but with this color, clearly that doesn't matter. It hasn't been a problem. Oh my gosh. So this is from a Des Moines, Iowa high school yearbook. She was trying to bring in that local flair. And I just love the old yearbooks and the fun pictures. If you want old black and white pictures, this is a way to get them for not very expensive. You can find yearbooks for $2, $4, a giant one for $4. Okay, Braille paper. Have you ever thought of using this in your layers? It never even occurred to me until I saw this. And then I was just fascinated. Very cool. More dictionary. This one's a neat shape and it has cute little pictures in it too. I think I like the pictures maybe even more than the words. And the paper is nice. It's thin but not fragile. So let me tell you how she gets some of this. Okay, she brought me different languages. I think I took her Japanese and maybe something else. And she brought me Spanish, German, and French. And look at how yellow this Spanish one is. And then this one around the edges. Nancy goes to book sales. And honestly, if I saw a book sale, even if I saw a great big book sale half a mile from me, I wouldn't go look. She goes and looks, and that's where she finds games and sheet music and playing cards. There are some very large annual ones, like there's one at a fairgrounds near her that she goes to, and it takes her hours to shop. I do look at estate sales, but I really wouldn't have thought to look at book sales. And I think it's because in my mind I would have said, well, I already have books in my stash. I don't need to go. But I wouldn't have thought of the variety. Oh, French. I wouldn't have thought of different languages. This is a cool size too. It's big enough to use as a journal page. Ooh, love it. It's really thin. Just another idea. Estate sales are great. The other thing, now be careful about doing this, but I'm going to tell you, is if you showed some of this stuff to your friends or family or a phone book or junk mail and told them you were collecting stuff like this, oh my, it would happen. I haven't opened those floodgates except to my household, and then next door with Noni, and then a few select items. I haven't showed them the variety. Ooh, look at this one. Dictionary in a different language. Nope. Some of it was. No, I think this is all like music stuff or something. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff in here. And I like the little music drawings. If I was just doing junk journaling and I had another room, I would be sure and tell my friends that own businesses, when banks get purchased, they are going to dump all the old stuff with the old name on it. A print shop, any of their errors. I mean, there's all kinds of things you could do in town, especially even if you live in a small town. You could just tell the print shop owner, hey, I'll come by on Thursdays or something. You know, I have a exercise class down the street. Could I check in with you and take some of your junk off your hands? I don't think they would care. Look at this. I love the blue and yellow, and this has blue font on it, and it's not brittle, and it's big. You could turn it sideways. You could do something cool this way. Oh my gosh. Somebody gave her, and this was a case of it, one of her friends knew she would use it and gave her a ton of sheet music. And so she has an abundance of sheet music. I had an abundance of postage stamps, so took her some of those. I mean, I think you can use all sorts of things, but you get inspiration from the variety or seeing different things. This is kind of cool because it has a little bit of a sheen to it, which normally I don't like, but I don't know, it's fun with the picture. It's like a contradiction to have the shine. 1972. Isn't the color of this paper perfection? Ooh, look at this. Perfect day. When you come to the end of a perfect day and you sit alone with your thought while the chimes ring out with a carol gay for the joy that the day has brought, do you think what the end of a perfect day can mean to a tired heart when the sun goes down with a flaming ray and the dear friends have to part? Carrie Jacobs Band, 1909. That is crazy cool. A perfect day. Oh, look at this one. It's like little mini sheet music. It's like they made it for crafters, for layering. Look at these. Okay, that is really cool. I think that needs to be cut out, but it's on the back of one of those tinies, isn't it? Yeah, that's okay. There's tinies over here too. Love that. Ooh, God bless America. I just made some red, white, and blue cards, you know. This is cool. Really, really cool. It feels nice. Has some art from children. Can you see that in the pencil? This is cool. So sometimes you can think about it as sheet music. Sometimes you can think about it as like a collage layer or something to bring in a color, right? This is green and blue. I mean, this is perfect for me. This one is getting a little more fragile. Getting a little more fragile. I don't know if these stamps down here say the years. I mean, obviously we know the copyright of the song, but this one, it's not actually fragile maybe, but it's thick enough that it really has some neat texture. Very cool. Look at these. Just sheet music. I love the variety too. Like you could do collages with just a bunch of these because you would have different sizes and different color papers. I mean, you can tea and coffee dye, but you can just get people to give you old junk too. Okay, here's another page of that cool map that I didn't mess up. And another one. Really neat. I had questions for her about the whole Iowa thing too, because I think that's where my mom went and did a bunch of genealogy, but Guthrie County didn't sound familiar. Okay, look at all this. Oh, thank you so much, Nancy. She did say she had a lot of sheet music in here. Wow. It's amazing. So think about what kind of stuff you're seeing in your life, or you could mix and match, or maybe don't, maybe don't give away that game you haven't played in a long time. Maybe go through it and use up some of the stuff. Okay, thanks so much for watching. I hope you're taking time for crafting and relaxing. I don't know when you're going to see this video, but I'm doing so much fun stuff lately. I just have piles and piles of videos I've been making. Take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.